Hello, everyone. This is the voice of Bernando LaPallo's granddaughter, and today I'm doing a little Facebook Live about the importance of boiling water and the importance of water in general. I'm doing this because I've gotten some questions over on the Facebook page about Bernardo's method for boiling water. So here I am showing you a pot of boiling water, which you would boil for 3 minutes. You should bring it to a full boil. Hello, Lakeisha. Hello, Brother Danubian. You should bring it to a full boil and let it boil for 3 minutes. This kills, pathogens, bacteria, things like that that can live in water. Some of you may be familiar with the disease cholera. Oh, the sound is choppy. That may be because of the boiling water. Sorry about the sound. It may be just the sound from the boiling water. But at any rate, I'm going to continue here. Anyway, there's a disease called cholera, and that's when different bacteria actually live in water. And of course, that was a big problem and a big killer of people still today. But thank you, brother. But still today, in many places where there's just poor sanitation and open bodies of water and, no system for keeping things sanitary. This is something that Bernardo did always. His father instructed him to boil his water before he drank it. So he would boil it for 3 minutes. This has been more than 3 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. And then you want it to let it cool, at least to room temperature. Because of course, you don't want to try pouring boiling hot water into a glass container or a ceramic pitcher, because what's going to happen, it's going to shatter. You may have learned that the hard way. Now, a funny anecdote is even upon occasion when he would buy bottled water, like for example, when he was living in Arizona, before he got a water purifier, he bought water at the store, and then he would bring it home and boil it. So his wife would say, "Why are you boiling the water? You just bought water from the store." And Bernardo would reply, "Because my father told me to." So I think that's kind of a good cautionary anecdote, because we can buy things at the store and we can take it on face value that everything is the way it's supposed to be, but not necessarily. It also speaks to Bernardo's tremendous faith in his father's words and his tremendous discipline. He did the same thing for over a century. He did not waver, and you could not get him off that, and it worked for him. His father was a medical doctor, an MD, and treated many people, the sick, and also tending to the dying, even during the great influenza outbreak that occurred around 1918. So there's also a section in this book, Beyond 100, beautiful picture of the water, How to Live Well into Your Second Century, also available in Portuguese, where Bernardo just talks about the importance of water. So he says, when thinking about nutrition and health, many people focus on the foods that they should put in their bodies, but often overlook the one ingredient that has no vitamins, no fiber, and in fact nothing of anything other than pure water. Water is in fact the key to life. Without water, you cannot live. Your body is made up of more than 70% water. You can last a long time without food. It may not be fun, but you will survive. Whereas you can only last a relatively short time without water. When you think about a healthy diet, it is easy to overlook now I'm going to turn the page as our water cools here. Water is the most important ingredient. What's the most important ingredient of all water? It's the juice that keeps your body's chemical processes going. It dissolves minerals, vitamins, and other nutrients and carries them where they're needed most. It helps form the structure of your cells, tissues, and organs. Before you came into this world, it was largely water that cushioned your whole body against the shocks of the cruel world outside. Today, it cushions your spinal column. Water helps regulate your temperature and lubricates your digestive system. When you think about a healthy diet, it's easy to overlook the most important nutrient of all. Drink plenty of water. Boil it first and then put it in the fridge to keep it cool, and drink 3 to 4 glasses a day. It shields your joints. If you have ever slept on a waterbed, you know water can be a comfortable cushion. If you drink plenty of water, it prevents kidney stones. It helps your body from top to bottom. While I am talking about water, here is a bit of advice that I do not see many people heed at all. Don't eat and drink at the same time. Eat first and then drink later. Plenty of water is good. There you go. He also mentions in his first book, Age Less, Live More, Achieving Health and Vitality at 107 Years and Beyond, the practice recommended in the Ayurveda, which is the original health book of India, that for good digestion, it's recommended that you fill a third of your stomach with food, a third of it with water, and you keep a third of it empty. So in other words, the idea is not to overeat. This is a guideline. Bernando is not suggesting that of yourself, but he's just pointing out that overeating, because of course you want to keep that colon clean, you want to keep things moving. So in conclusion, I'm not going to continue to do this live and make you watch this water cool, but when it is cooled sufficiently, in other words, you should be able to touch the water without burning yourself. I think you all have enough common sense to know when water is too hot. Of course, if I just run my hands over the top here, other than seeing the steam, I can perceive the steam. When it's cool enough, you can transfer it into a glass bottle, or you can transfer it into another kind of a pitcher that has a lid on it, and then put it in your refrigerator and make sure that you drink plenty of water. Of course, depending on where you live, if you live in extremely hot and dry climates like Arizona or Nevada or Utah, places like that, New Mexico, California, Southern California, Texas, all the southern states, you're probably going to want to drink a little bit more water because you're going to become dehydrated faster. In fact, I noticed when I was in Arizona that anytime you go into a place of commerce or business like a bank, they immediately offer you a bottle of water because people were passing out from dehydration because they weren't mindful about drinking enough water. You can also carry a water bottle with you. There's plenty of nifty water bottles out there today that avoid plastic. Avoid plastic if you can, because of course plastic is full of chemicals. You never want to pour anything hot into a plastic bottle. Plastic is made of petroleum, and human beings and petroleum don't really go together, especially digesting that. It will have a detrimental effect on you in the long run. All right then, so I hope you found this helpful. I hope this answers any of your questions that you had. Again, you can always refer to this book, Beyond 100. Remember that Bernando had a great appreciation of water. He was a seaman. He was on the seas the 1920s, the 1930s, the 1940s, and late into the 1950s. Be well. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. You're welcome, Brother Danubian. Thank you for being so supportive of this channel. It's really, really appreciated. Bye-bye now.